Okay. Yeah, smiling and confident afternoon, everyone. This is your host and host, Rahul Ramchandran, and this is going to be a Sales Simplified podcast webinar. And I'm a life coach, business coach from Bangalore, and we have with us my very good friend, sales expert Ritu Singh from Delhi from Rocket Sales Corporation. So, a very warm and wonderful welcome to you, Ritu. We are going
Thank
to
you.
have a fun with learning session for all the users and all the viewers.
Yes.
So, let us do a quick introduction. So, do you want to just briefly give a 30-second introduction about yourself before we move ahead, Ritu?
I'm a life coach and I'm an author. I'm a psychometric counselor and I'm a posh trainer also. I have been in sales for more than 30 years and especially in direct selling. And people usually feel that direct selling, teaches you sales, and sales is like, it's not a very good profession. Sales is something like, you're knocking on the door and you're begging people, you're forcing people to buy from you. So that myth is there in India, and I've read a lot of books on sales, but still that myth is there that I don't want to sell anything, I don't want to do this, I want to be a professional. So people
Okay.
think that sales is not a professional job. So this is the thing that we need to put across, and that's why we are here on this platform.
Great, great. Thank you for that wonderful and insightful introduction. So, my first question would be, what is sales, and is it the oldest profession in the world, or anything was there before that as well?
I think sales, people think, is all about pushing people, forcing people to buy something that you have in your hand. What do you say to that?
I feel that if you are buying something you want to buy, that it is a happy sale, and after you come home, you find out you bought something you do not want, then it is jingle bell, sadness all the way.
Yes. So, what exactly are we talking here? What is sales all about? We need to tell everybody what exactly is the definition of sales.
Yeah, so I would like to know that basically sales is a exchange of goods. So it has like a five-step process. First, you become awareness of the product, then you are liking or disliking the product, and then you are building some kind of trust. Then you feel empowered that if I get this, it will be of value to me. Then you actually buy it. That is the conversion. So these five steps, if it is happening unknowingly, it is a bad sale. If it is happening knowingly, it's a good sale. That's all.
So, what is the key word that we really need to understand in sales?
The key word is, you should not be selling what you want to sell, but you need to provide what the customer wants.
Okay.
Because there is a difference between want and need. But what exactly happens is the salesman converts the need to the want and want to the need, and sells what the customer do not want, thinking that that is what he wants. So that is not the correct. That is like, if you talk about insurance, 90% of the people are informed that it is a insurance from investment plan, and people say I want investment, but this guy says you want insurance. So neither the buyer nor the seller are clear what they want, but the sale happens. So they just buy the policy. After they file the tax, they find out that it is more of insurance and less of investment. So it is unsatisfactory sale.
So, could you explain the steps that we really need to follow when we are going to a meeting or when we are meeting a prospect? what exactly are the key points we need to keep in mind when we are, going and, maybe it's a product, maybe it's a service that we are proposing to our prospect.
So, four things you need to remember is preview, overview, interview, and review. Like first is you break the ice, give your introduction, and they will give their introduction, and then you ask them what exactly they want. And so it is going to be like an overview. They are going to give an overview. This is what is my business, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what we are lacking or challenge, and this is what we want. And then you are going to try to analyze that, and then you're going to do like an interview. You're going to ask them the 4W and 1H, what to know more about that particular product. Then you're going to review that with them. Am I correct? And if it is matching, you go ahead with the sale. If it is not matching, you reiterate this until you find the right opportunity what you can give to them.
Okay. So, but still, if what if they say that no, or and how do I break the ice? What is icebreaker?
So icebreaker is basically you're talking about FORM. You're talking about first you're making a smile and then making an eye contact and then you're introducing yourself. Hi Ritu, this is Rahul Ramchandran. Pleasure meeting you. And you're going to talk about FORM, that is family, occupation, recreation, and message. So I'm going to say, so I am located here in Jayanagar, Bangalore, and so is my family. What about you? Where are you located, Ritu? Delhi, correct? Does your
Yes.
family stay with you or they visit you over the festival? Then moving
Yes.
on to occupations, I will tell that I was in IT and now I'm a full-fledged corporate trainer. What about you? Have you always been into business or there's something you're doing out of passion? Then coming into recreation, you will just ask what you do for fun. Do you play golf or do you read books, listen to music? If they don't respond, you can say, I always get entertained and relaxed after listening to music. If you don't do, maybe you should try that too. And message, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to be your friend and help you find your need and satisfy that if it is in my control, something like that. So, first, people usually rush to the person and say, this is what is the paper, can you sign and give? But it is first building a friendship and then doing the business. That is what the Ambanis did really well. That is why they got the contract of Reliance Jio when there were big players in the market like Airtel and Vodafone, because they successfully built the relationship, whether it was father or son, and money was just the byproduct. That is why they have gone to top 10 in the charts. So I feel it is important to make the other person comfortable, whether they buy in the first connect or not. That is a separate topic. But people like to buy from something they connect with or like and share. If they don't like you, then they may not buy it anyway. So it doesn't matter whether the product is good or bad. For them, you are the brand ambassador. If they like you, then it may not be very difficult to buy one product or multiple products.
So, what if that person, he is not smiling when you're smiling, and you feel uncomfortable, and sometimes, people don't like to share. In a situation like that, how do we handle it when the prospect, not everybody is open? They have that fear, or, they have something. So, what do we do in that case, Rahul?
So maybe you say something on the lighter note. Maybe you distract them from the topic of sale and maybe tell them some personal incident of your customer was dejected, and after you are able to help him, he was very much satisfied. So he may feel, okay, this guy is not here to sell, he is here to help me. So he may be relaxed and he may open up.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. That's great. And then what do we do after we have done, the introduction, the breaking of the ice? Now, how do I present myself, my service or my product to that prospect?
So you can maybe like tell him a story, like what when you already did the FORM, you have already identified what is hot button, whether you can try to ask him if given an opportunity, if money was not the criteria, then what would you like to do 5 years down the line? Would you like to retire early, or you would like to go on a vacation, or you would like to have a fancy car or house, or you will just want to help your kids study abroad, or you want to move to some kind of location where you will be doing farming and earning both. Something you give them options, because people just select the options, they don't buy or sell the opportunity. So if you give them some option they are able to connect with, if you give somebody two fingers, they are obviously going to sell one finger. So if you are giving them five options, and if you have identified which is the option you should buy, then you can nod your head. I think you will go for option number three, big vacation to Mauritius, right? And if you shake the head, so it is basically like monkey see, monkey do kind of thing. If you see a monkey grinning at you, you may grin. And if you see a monkey smiling, you smile back. So if you see the person nodding, that the other person is going to nod. And that means well begin is half done.
Okay. So basically, you're telling us to do the mirroring part, mirror the
Right.
person, right? So that's what you're
Yes.
telling. Okay. Now, since we've done that, and, maybe he's here, the prospect is here for recognition, or he wants to go to Mauritius, maybe, the extra income will do. Then now I want to present my product and my service. How do I start with that?
So you can tell him. So we just spoke that you would like to go on a fancy vacation to Mauritius. How, if I can help you make it fully paid, and there is not any amount going from your pocket, that will be exciting, isn't it? So if they say they are not reacting, then you can repeat it with more excitement. Let's see, Ritu, you are seated on the jet ski in Mauritius, and it is a nice, wonderful, breezy evening. And Akshay Kumar zooms past you in the jet ski, and you get excited, and you also zoom past. You say, I don't want to go at that speed, but I want to go on the jet ski. Something like that. So you build the dream so that he feels he's really in Mauritius, and his need becomes to a want. And then a want becomes that is going to help you uh, build, break the ice on the topic and move to the product.
Okay. So, what are the steps now? I am presenting the product. Maybe, I'm selling a service to them or a product to them. So, what steps do I need to keep in mind while I'm doing that pitch for, presenting my product to them?
So basically, you have so in any kind of business transaction, there are four things. One is building a list of what you want and what you do not want, and next is checking the interest. So we have already done these two. Now, third step is showing the plan. So we have already built the dream, and we are able to identify what could be the probable product. So you have to tell a story as how one customer was in similar lines, wanted to buy a house, and or wanted to go on a vacation and was confused, and how you were able to. So you spend like 45 minutes of the 1 hour uh, ask, giving them a chance to speak them about themselves, and in the last 15 minutes you are able to do the transaction and close. Because if you ask a salesperson what is the most people like to talk about, is they like to talk about themselves. So if you are giving them a chance to talk, then in the last 15 minutes they will be conversing with you as if you are a good friend, and that is what you want. जब भी
Yeah.
पिक्चर की बाकी है सिचुएशन आता है, तो either check or meet.
Okay. So basically, what you're saying is that the story is I feel, I felt, I found. That's the example. So they get connected with us. And then, earlier we let them talk. And then in the last 15, 20 minutes, we close our sales pitch or the product that we are presenting to them. We've shown them the dream. We've shown them, the story of how people have benefited with the feel, felt, and found. And now we are about to do the closing part. So, how do we do closing? What kind of a closing are we supposed to know that we are supposed to do with this person? Closing, what I have seen, every person is very different. So, how do we know which closing, I need to do with this person, and how do I do with a housewife, or how do I do with a business entrepreneur? Please guide me on that.
Okay, so in general, if the person is confused, then we can try to do like a assumption close. We can say, so you are going on vacation, and this is going to satisfy your needs, right? And if you are not being able to go for the vacation, these are the things you are going to lose. And so people are not worried about what they gain, but they are more worried about what they are going to lose, because that is like a FOMO effect, fear of missing out. So if they feel they are going to miss out, and then you can say, so this is just a small amount, and you're not giving to me, you're just investing in your vacation. So you can so are you paying by check or card? If you ask them, they are going to either say check or card. So you are giving him a win-win option. Either he will give you his credit card to swipe, or he is going to give you the check to you. So if you feel that check is going to take a longer time to clear, you can tell some story for that, and have the card swiped and move ahead with it. If he is reluctant still, at least take 50% of the amount and mention to him it is a no refund policy. And you see, if you don't pay today, tomorrow the pricing is going to increase by 12%. It is going to go from a simple vacation to a costly vacation. You can use that extra money for your flight tickets as well. So you need to basically speak from the customer point of view, so that he is feel that if he doesn't do today, tomorrow is going to. So you need to tell him that you need to reach another level, you need to fight another devil, but tomorrow the devil is coming, and today is the right opportunity.
But when I come across, a lot of people who say, "Let me think about it," not right now. Sounds good, but I've heard a lot of things about this. So Ritu, just leave it right now. Let me get back to you. So in that, if we tell them, "No, sir, this product is very good," and show them the benefits, as per their needs, that we've done the need analysis with them. Now still, people say that no, not right now, we'll think about it, or they just don't want to get into a new category of products or services. They're very happy where they are. So what do we do in a case like that, when they say that not right now, call me later, maybe after 2 3 days? So what do we do at that point of time? Because we've spent 1 hour with this person, he's liked everything, he's happy, we've broken, we've become friends, but now he says, let me give me time to think about it, let me check with my wife, or something or the other like that. We've done all the possible things that you have taught us right now. So what do we do in that case?
So in that case, maybe either you can tell them you can come back in 1 hour after an appointment, and they may say they are going to be in a meeting or something, or they can say you can make this amount today, and it in if in 7 days, if you think otherwise, it is fully refundable and there is going to be zero charges. If you tell them that, and maybe you tell them that if at all you want some changes in the policy within 7 days, I will do my best to do that as well. So there is a high chance they may go ahead with it.
uh, Maybe for insurance, yes, but if we are selling a product, they still take time. And sometimes when we say, no, ma'am, this is very good for you, they feel it's a push. Because sales is not about pushing, we're just telling them as per their need, as per their requirement, what we are giving, it will help them. So, what do we do in that case?
So in that case, maybe you take a initial amount and book an appointment and move ahead. Because if you are not taking an initial amount, then how are you going to close the deal going forward?
They are not ready to pay. There are, you can check, because this is the questions that I get from the field. Many people, they go out, and but they are not ready to pay. And if you just tell them, ma'am, this is very good, very good, so they feel that we are forcing them. And as you taught us just now in the beginning,
Yes.
sales is not about force. It is about, that people's wants and needs, and we are connecting their needs to the product or the service that we are selling to them, right?
So in that case, maybe you can get a good referral. You can take a piece of paper and pen, and you can ask, what are your top five friends who you would call for a movie or a vacation? If you're getting an extra amount, who would be joining you in Mauritius? Then you just write down that, and then try to ask them, if it was your friend, would he have brought this product or not? So you're directly or indirectly checking the interest of five of his close friends, so that while he's making a decision, you can reach out to them. Maybe there is a chance after you connect with them, if you tell uh, your friend Amit liked the product very much and he was very disappointed you didn't go ahead with it, then maybe because of Amit's disappointment, he may buy it.
Okay, maybe, yeah, that's true. So
Because
basically
this is
we
what they showed in the Three Idiots movie. uh, अपने को ज्यादा दुख होता है जब भी हमारा फ्रेंड फेल नहीं होता है बट अव्वल नंबर से पास हो जाता है.
hmm, okay,
So that
okay,
is indirectly FOMO effect only. They are feeling missing out. How can my friend Amit buy the policy when I couldn't buy it?
okay, okay, yeah,
It
that's
is not
also a
whether Amit went to Mauritius or not, but how did he buy the policy?
understood, understood, understood. What else do we need to keep in mind, after we have closed the sale? And what else do we need to do, so that we keep the relationship building? Maybe, today he said no, but tomorrow he might say yes. So one thing, for salespeople, follow up is the most important thing. Sometimes once a no does not always mean a no. But is there anything else that we need to do, in order to keep that relationship bond connected to them?
Maybe you can make a casual call once in a month, whether they are doing okay, or we can try to send them a greeting or a message for a wedding or anniversary or something. And if there is any free event in your company, then you can invite them. Or if you are happening to buy sweets for your customer during some festival, you can send them also some sweets. That way, they will. even though they are not your customer, you are treating them as a future customer, something like that. So it is possible that at some point of time, if they have a need, instead of you calling them, they may reach out to you.
Yeah. So basically, what we have learned today is sales is not about forcing or pushing people. It's about, building a trust, building a relationship. It's not about manipulation. It's about, creating an environment. So it's a long-term relationship. It's not a transactional relationship. It is basically a transformational relationship for the long period of time. So so no does not always mean a no. So after this, so what do we need to keep in mind in summary, Rahul, that we can tell all the salespeople? What are the three solid points that are the most important that any salesperson who's going to a prospect needs to keep in mind?
So one is KYC and KYP. That is, you need to know your customer and know your product. And but before that, you need to know yourself that if you can practice at home, as if what questions you would ask if somebody presented to you the product, and that could be like a easy trial. If you don't have answers to the questions you're going to ask, then that can be a big hassle because there is a chance the other person may also have the same question. So one is practice. Other is uh, everybody will have answers to the frequently asked questions, but generally the customer asks the non-frequently asked questions. So rather than listing out the frequently asked questions, write down the non-frequently asked questions and maybe keep your relationship manager or your senior's number handy in case you get stuck. You can always tell them, I think I will be out for 5 minutes, but my manager will keep you engaged. He doesn't know you forgot something, but at least you can take the opportunity to get it forward. That could be. And fourth thing, remember about the referral. When you're getting the referral, reach out to them at the earliest because if you're letting the referral dry, the referral is going to go from hot to warm to cold, and it may become the same situation as the existing prospect. So you don't want that to happen. You want to hit the iron on the head when it is hot. And you don't rush to a conclusion. If he says, I'm not interested, then try to tell him a story and make him interested because it is not, you're not there to say him a hello or a thank you, but you're there for making a rocket sales. And for making a rocket sales, you need to be the best in your domain because if you're making just enough sales, then your business is not going to rocket. It is going to be a parachute. But you're part of rocket sales corporation, so you need to have skyrocketing sales. For that, you need to use skyrocketing sales psychology. And other thing, try to share a future product with them because you are arousing curiosity. That way, there is a chance you can invite them to some kind of open house and tell them this is the opportunity. It is not yet open to the customer because I value your opinion. You're here and I can give you a flat 20% off. Something like that. If you are not able to sell the original product, it is okay to sell something else because one is better than zero.
Okay. So basically, in summary, correct me if I'm incorrect, people
Yes,
buy from people. So it is basically sales is all about emotions. And that is why connection with their needs, with their requirement is very important to know the customer before we're going for the presentation. So people buy from people, and it's the strongest thing is emotions. People buy when they're emotionally high, so we need to get connected to them. And once a no does not always mean a no. And if we forget something, if there is an objection handling which we have overlooked while we are practicing before we go for the meeting, then what we can do is we can connect with our seniors, and they can pitch in for that particular thing. But we have to be transparent, we have to be open, so that the customer feels. And the most important thing which I felt you have taught us is that we should know our product very, very well. We should
Yes,
know and be confident about what we are selling, because people see our voice modulation, our confidence, more than they hear what we are selling to them. And the other thing, the myth that people have, what I have learned from what you have taught me, is sales is a very good profession because we are selling every day, everywhere, to everybody. Whether it's mother selling to a child, no, don't do this, this will hurt you. Whether it's a boyfriend selling to a girlfriend, don't do this, I'm going to marry you very soon. So every day, teachers, students, everybody is selling. So sales is a very, very good profession. We should know how to go about the follow the process of sales, what you have taught us. That is very, very important. And we should not be in a rush, and we should not be pushing anybody or manipulating our products, or hampering the system, so that because we want to build a strong relationship with the end consumer. This is what I have learned with what you have told with the examples. Please correct me.
right, right. So, if you need more details about the entire process we talked about, building the list, checking interest, showing the plan, and follow up or follow through, then maybe you can reach out to me or Ritu, because we that is out of the scope of this sales, because that is more on the business side. But I will put my number in the chat, and also provide the email. You can reach out there. And other thing I would like to say is, it is not just enough to know your product. If you are creating like a list, you list down all your product, and then have another column, what is the age for which it is suitable, and third, who could be the possible prospects for that, and convert that into like a alphabetical or memory jogger kind of set. Maybe you can print out in an infographic format or in your phone and keep it with you. So while the customer is going to get ready and ordering tea, coffee, or water for you, they can quickly scan through it and identify based on the customer profile what plan you are there to sell. Because if you ask him what plan he is looking for, he may or may not know. Then it may be a wrong miscommunication. He may sell the wrong product. Obviously, he will not buy the product which he doesn't want. It is already a hassle to sell the product he wants as well.
Yes, very true. That's a very
And
valid point.
other thing is market positioning. For every product, there is a customer. For example, if somebody is going to a Mercedes Benz or BMW showroom and asks what is the mileage is does the vehicle give, then sometimes the salesperson may not answer, because he says if he has money to buy the vehicle, obviously he has the money to put the diesel or the petrol. So another example is, if there is a big party in a 5 star or 7 star lounge, and somebody comes in a white Rolls Royce S class, and he himself get down from the car and opens the door, then either the car is new or the lady is new. Otherwise, people think, why doesn't he have a driver? But you guys don't know how much fun is to ride a Rolls Royce top end model by yourself, because it is automatic. Why do you need a driver? But
Yeah.
one scratch, I don't know in how much lakhs it is going to cost. So he doesn't want to take a risk of a driver. So that is why he opens the door. But can you guess, car is new or lady is new? Both can be true. Neither I know nor Ritu. Maybe we'll cover that in the next webinar. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost.
Thank you so much, Rahul. It was so informative, And I think a lot of people who are watching this, a lot of points would be very clear.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Ritu. Thank you for your
Thank you
time.
so
It was
much, Rahul.
fun. I was happy to educate the audience and also
Thank you.
explore a
And me
new
too.
topic of sales.
Thank you so much, Rahul.
Yeah, yeah. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.